This is Money, Motivation, and Mike, and I am your host, Michael Wainwright. In charge of the show is Jason Wright. And hello to you, world. This is the show that can and will change your life. Jason, it is a crazy week because last Sunday, the college football rankings, final rankings, were released. And this was to put teams into the playoff and then to put teams into the bowl games. For the most part, the nation is in agreement, but those last couple of spots have gotten a lot of people upset to the point which Notre Dame, and they have every right to be upset, Notre Dame was left out of the playoff, and they told college football, we will not be playing in a bowl game. That's what they said.
Wow.
So they took their toys and they went home.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably not the best attitude to have. I can understand. They made an emotional decision, and now they'll have to live with it. But, yes, they are not in the college playoff, and they are not in a bowl game. Opted out.
Wow. So is somebody going to take their place?
Yeah, somebody will take, another team will take their place.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And you have to win 6 games to be bowl eligible, unless they don't have enough teams to play in all the bowls. Then they'll go to a 5-win team, which is another reason why we have too many bowls. Jason, I'm serious. If you wanted to have a bowl game here at one of the local high schools, and you could put the monies together to show college football that they could make money, they would give you a bowl. And I am not kidding one bit.
Wow.
They'll play it in a pasture if you'll pay them, if they can make money off of it.
Oh, sure.
That's how greedy these suckers have become. And right now, it's probably the worst state that college football, college sports, we're talking about football today, college football has ever been in. You can jump ship anytime you want. The coaches can leave anytime they want. The next guy's ready to buy out their contract. You give these kids money. They can go as soon as the semester's over with. And then you go down here and you look at all these bowl games. It's frankly, it's turned into a joke. And college football really, to me, is the second biggest institution behind professional football.
Yeah.
College football makes more money, has more attendance, has more viewership than does professional baseball and professional basketball.
Yeah.
And for sure, professional hockey. So that's where we are. Now, I want to run through this because I'm going to give you my own opinion. And I told you last week what was going to happen, and what I told you what was going to happen did not happen.
I was going to ask.
Nope. I got the first 8 correct, and then it got crazy. Of the teams, I got 9 of the 12 teams correct. So the other 3, debacle. All right. So, if you remember, Indiana and Ohio State played each other. I really thought Ohio State would win that game. Indiana, the basketball school, the losingest football program in Big Ten history, went 13-0 this year.
Incredible.
And is the number 1 seed in the college football playoffs. All right. Ohio State went into the week ranked number 1 by getting beat by Indiana. They only moved down 1 spot. Okay. I want you to remember that. The only spot they moved was below the team that beat them. Okay. That makes logical sense, would you say?
I agree.
All right. So then Georgia blows out Alabama, who really hadn't played very good in a month. Georgia blows out Alabama. They come in at number 3. Texas Tech beats BYU for the second time this year, and they come in at number 4. Oregon did not play. They're 5th. Ole Miss did not play. They're 6th. Texas A&M did not play. They're 7th. Now remember, 2 weeks ago, Texas A&M was undefeated, lost their first game to Texas, rivalry game, and they went from 3 to 7. Ohio State only moved down 1. Okay. And then Oklahoma checks in at number 8 because they had a great November. They are the first team in the playoff with 2 losses. All right. Now we get down to number 9. Okay, so by the way, 1 through 4 have byes. 5, 6, 7, and 8 get to host a playoff game on their college campus. Now we're down to the final 4 teams, 9 through 12, that now travel to teams 5 through 8. Alabama, who has been beaten by Florida State, who won 5 games this year. Been beat by Oklahoma, who they're right behind. And then in the SEC championship, gets blown out by Georgia. Barely beat their arch rival Auburn 2 weeks ago on a last-minute touchdown against a not very good Auburn team that had no more than 2 victories in the SEC. They only had 1. I think they beat South Carolina, but regardless, they only had a couple of victories. Alabama gets blown out by Georgia and does not move down with 3 losses. Does not move down, Jason. They are the only team in football in the playoff that has 3 losses. How about that? I have no clue why they're even in the playoff. They're going to say it's because they beat Georgia. Well, other teams have beat other teams too.
Yeah.
Okay. And just like with Texas, and you know I'm not a Texas fan, Texas should have been in the playoffs. The reason they're not is because they got beat by Florida. But they also beat Oklahoma. They also beat a good 14th ranked Vanderbilt team. All right. So it comes down to this. There were 3 teams in the running here for 9, 10, and 11. All right. Because James Madison won their conference and they're ranked 24th in the country. They got him out of automatic bid. Because Duke won the ACC, Jason, and Duke only had 6 wins. They did not rank Duke. Duke did not get in. You got to be ranked in the top 25 to make the playoffs. Duke did not get in. Their Miami team, who is in their conference and did not play in the conference championship due to a tiebreaker, did get in. All right. Miami got in at number 10, right behind Alabama. Okay. So basically it come down because remember I told you that North Texas is going to beat Tulane?
Yep.
Tulane beat North Texas.
So was it pretty bad?
They got in. They got in.
They beat them pretty good?
It was really never in question.
Okay. Gotcha.
So James Madison gets in because they're a tier 2 team that won their conference at 12, and Tulane gets in at 11. All right. And Tulane is ranked 20th. James Madison's ranked 24th. So now Oklahoma's 8. Tulane is 11. You've only got 9 and 10. You've only got 2 spots for the rest of the bracket, the rest of the teams. Okay, I've already told you Alabama shouldn't be in it. Yeah. Alabama has 3 losses, got blown out in their championship game. All right? Alabama did not move, stayed right below Oklahoma. They're 9. So now you're down to Miami and Notre Dame, and they played this year. For the last month, Notre Dame has been ranked in front of Miami. As a matter of fact, a month ago, Miami was ranked 18th. Notre Dame was ranked in the top 10. And basically, they've been ranked 9th right behind Oklahoma. Okay? 2 weeks ago, they win big. They win big. And Alabama beats a not very good Auburn team, like I say, and they flip-flop. They move Alabama to 9 and Notre Dame down to 10. Now, remember, Notre Dame has a 10-game winning streak. Frankly, the only one that's got a bigger streak right now is Indiana, who's won 13 games. So, Miami and Notre Dame come down to it. Notre Dame 2 weeks ago was ranked 9th. They blow somebody out, they drop to 10th. Miami was ranked 18th a month ago. Now they're up to 11th. And they decided to put in Miami instead of Notre Dame. Okay? You go to head-to-head. I'm fine with that. Why wasn't it head-to-head last week? Why wasn't it head-to-head the week before? Why wasn't it head-to-head 3 weeks ago? Because the committee stinks.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they play the games anymore. Just tell us who you want to play in the playoffs and the bowl games. You got Pop-Tart bowl games. I mean, it's incredible.
I have a question.
Yes.
These teams, I can understand you have an overall ranking. Well, wins and losses, I should say. I can understand, put them in order to that degree. But then you have these guys that have a record of 10-3, 10-2, all right there together, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the weighting to choose who is above one or the other?
That is in the minds of the human beings that make up the selection playoff committee.
Why wouldn't they just provide a weight to each team based on like their performance output throughout the year?
Because college football can't get it right. They are the only sport in the only level, what I'm talking about here is college football.
Yeah.
Not college basketball. They have a bracket, but it's 68 teams deep, Jason. You get down here to number 68, who cares? But when you're dealing with blue blood teams, big time universities that are in the top 15, and the way you get in the playoffs is through human opinion, you have a problem.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for college football forever.
Yeah, and it's one of the oldest organizations in the U.S., is it not?
College football is much older than professional football.
Yeah. You would think that they would have it down to a math. There's definitely an algorithm there to
Jason,
put some weight to this.
Till you got to the Super Bowl era in the late 60s, college football outdrew professional football every day of the week.
Yeah.
It was the king. And until, well, as you know, until the AFL and the NFL merged there in 1970, around Super Bowl V, of which the Cowboys lost. That's when they started their going uphill and passing college football. But no, college football, the Newt Rockne names of the era and right on down, which once again is that old mystique Notre Dame history from 100 years ago. But Notre Dame is out. The big bad Catholic university who has enough power that they've had their own network, NBC. I'm going to say at least 15 years. All NBC covers on Saturday afternoon is Notre Dame football, and has for a long time. That is their brand, and they get left out. Now, I understand Notre Dame should be below Miami because Miami beat them. But you don't wait till the last day to do it. You should have done it a month ago. You know why you couldn't? Because you had Miami ranked 18th.
Yeah.
How all of a sudden they win some games and now they're 9th, 10th, 11th, whatever it is. Now, there's one thing here that has not had enough scuttlebutt talked about it, and that's BYU. BYU is 11-2. BYU lost their conference championship, the Big 12 championship, to Texas Tech. BYU's only other loss this year is to Texas Tech during the regular season. They went 11-2 and lost 2 games to the same team, mind you, that checks in at number 4 and has a bye. All right? Last week, they were on the threshold of making the playoffs. If they'd beaten Tech, they'd have been in the playoffs. Okay? They get beat by Tech and fall out of the playoffs. BYU drops to number 12. How come Alabama didn't get dropped by getting blown out by Georgia? Because they're Alabama.
Yeah.
And BYU's BYU. Makes no sense at all. Okay? We got beat by the same team twice. That doesn't mean we can't beat the other 10 teams.
Yeah.
So why didn't we get in? We've only lost to one team. Now, Ohio State's only lost to one team. Not a BYU fan either. But this is a bunch of hogwash. Makes no sense at all. And like I say, Alabama gets blown out, and they don't get checked off on it. BYU loses again, gets blown out.
Mm-hmm.
They fall 4 spots. Makes no sense. I'm ahead of you all for the last month. And all I do is win, 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 and win big.
Yeah.
And I look up on the last rankings on Sunday afternoon, and you're ahead of me. And we didn't even play.
Yeah. Doesn't really make any sense.
You understand that, Jason?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we played our final games.
Yeah.
I'm ranked ahead of you.
Yep.
We did not play this week.
Yep.
They released some more rankings. You're ahead of me. What changed? The human opinion changed.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
Ridiculous, stupid, and whatever else. And I'm telling you, these committee members, it gets ugly. It gets ugly. The head of the president of the committee, because it's hand selected. They pick folks from all different universities. I don't remember how many he's on it. Let's just say 20. But the president of the board right now is, I believe it's the Arkansas athletic director. And he's the one that's got to stand up there at the mic and explain why they've made the decisions they make.
Mm-hmm.
And you should have heard this crock of crap that he was giving out Sunday afternoon. Joke. There's a reason Arkansas is not bowl eligible. he needs to worry about his own program.
Yeah.
He's got problems up there too. But nevertheless, this whole college thing is a freaking joke. And I don't know that it's going to get any better.
Yeah.
We'll get more onto these bowl games as we proceed forward. Here's the big deal next weekend. Next weekend, Oklahoma's going to host Alabama. Once again, you got a rematch game. And what I've always felt in college football, because there's so little games, I beat them. Why do I got to play them again? Never understood that. About 15 years ago, LSU beat Alabama during the regular season.
Yeah.
Which then did not allow Alabama to be in the SEC championship. That's back when they only picked 2 teams to play each other. Guess who LSU played in the championship? Alabama. Alabama beat them. We've already beat you. Why do we got to beat you again? Makes no sense. This isn't professional football where they play 17 games and have a division and a conference. Hey, you know about the NFL? They actually decided on the field, Jason. Because you realize if they had an opinion and they did not decide it on the field, Dallas Cowboys would be in the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like we might need to go back to that.
Oh, Jeremiah just write checks. He'd have the committee right where he wants them. Probably half the committee would be, their last name would be Jones. Maybe we. That's a thought.
Well, considering how the last 30 years have gone,
that's a thought.
We actually have a chance that way.
Oh, by the way, you know who one of the biggest donors of Arkansas is?
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of all fits together. Arkansas football hadn't been very good in a long time. Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboy football hadn't been very good in a long time. You know what that means? Money cannot buy happiness. Oklahoma's going to host Alabama. Oregon's going to host James Madison. They'll kill them, beat them by 5 touchdowns. Texas A&M is going to host Miami. That'll be a good game. And Ole Miss will blow out Tulane. That's your games coming up next Friday night and Saturday. It all starts in Norman, Oklahoma, Friday night, probably around 7:30. Let me see if that is correct. Yep, that's what's going to happen. I'll have some picks for you later on. All right, well, there's my rant on the final final 12, and frankly, the final 11, final 10, because the other 2 teams get in because they won their conference, no matter where they are in the rankings, as long as they are ranked. And I needed to have an episode on that because everybody else in the world has had an opinion this last week, and there's my opinion. So, Jason, hopefully they'll contact me and tell me how wrong I am at info@mx3.vip. And they can find all of our new content at mx3.vip or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@mx3 Podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all of our new content, which comes out every Monday and Thursday morning. Also, comment section. And I had a subscriber in the office yesterday and wanted to know if it was okay if they started giving their comments down in the comment section. And I said, right away, give us all you want.
Please do.
Yes, yes. So for everyone who's been a part of this show, Money Motivation and Mike, continue to live your life the right way.